wanted to just take this little moment and while the chair of the Judiciary Committee was here and ask, as we've had many of these discussions and dialogues, if he'd be open to a little colloquy. I'd make the point to Mr. Conyers that if Mr. Conyers would be open to a little colloquy, I would make the point to Mr. Conyers that today in the Government Reform Committee released a report on ACORN, and I have read the executive report on ACORN, and from my perspective, if the 82 pages of report that's released support the statements made in that executive summary, it is earth-shaking for me to read all the implications of that. And so I know that you've had some real interest in looking into ACORN to examine the propriety of the operations that they have, the very breadth of all of the corporations that are affiliated. And I would just inquire if the gentleman's had an opportunity to read the executive summary of the Government Reform Report at this point.
If the gentleman will yield, I haven't read it yet, but I will be reviewing it tomorrow, and I'll be prepared to discuss this with him next week.
And your claimant time, I thank the gentleman for that commitment, and I look forward to having that dialogue. This is something I've been very concerned about for many months, and I know that the chairman of the Judiciary Committee has taken a real interest in this, and this is real evidence, as I understand it, real definitive evidence that's now in the congressional record in a composite form. And hopefully the chairman and his committee staff could take a real thorough look at this and either produce a response to the evidence that's there, or I would be very interested in opening up hearings so we could examine ACORN. And would the chairman have any inclination on what he might do at this point?
Not until I've examined the document the gentleman's referred to.
And I thank the chairman for his indulgence in this, and again, I appreciate it. It's late at night here, and John Conyers is here engaging in this healthcare debate and paying attention to the things that matter. And I did intend to bring up the ACORN issue at this point, so it wasn't an injection into the dialogue. And if the gentleman had further points, I'd be happy to yield.
Well, I don't have any. I haven't seen the report that you've reviewed, but I'll be happy to look at it next week. And we're in dialogue. We see each other every day that we're in session, and I'll be delighted to discuss it with you.
And then to reclaim my time, I thank the chairman again for his indulgent attention to the matter. And